Hello, I'm Steve Schutt, and I'm going to give you a little demo of Comindwork, a tool that we will use to do some project management here at MTS for our development areas, or that I will use, and I hope that you can use as well and you'll find useful. By now, you've received an email inviting you to join up with Comindwork, and I invite you to please log in and take a look around and explore a little bit and learn a little bit more about Comindwork. Use your username and password that you received in the email and log in. First thing you'll see is kind of an overview, a dashboard, if you will. Everything that we do in Comindwork is pretty much navigated through this blue bar at the top. We have a dashboard where you'll see a lot of activity that's occurred. We have a few other things you can take a look at, some milestones as well. Under projects are all the projects that you are associated with. And for this demo, I'll pick Sans Phase 1, Stage 3 as the project to demo. Here, under Project Sans, we have an overview area, again, similar looking to the previous screen, milestones and activity and some assignments. Now, again, only Sans items. Again, our blue bar for navigation, and we'll just kind of spelunk through these different items here. The first item is Files. A place to locate many different files if you'd like. If we want to use it, we can. Currently, there is only one file under the Sans folder. Under the Rail subdirectory, we can make new subdirectories, and currently it's the old Excel spreadsheet Rail, which we'll be transferring from. We also we can upload more files. You can upload whole directories from your computer. You can download from here into your own computer if you'd like. It's a fairly powerful little tool. It's a little easier than using FTP sites across the ocean. We also have wiki pages. Wiki pages are useful for making an agenda for a meeting or taking notes for a meeting and posting them here. We'll see those there in a little bit again. The real power starts for this particular tool is under to-do lists. Pretty much everything we do here at work, and anybody's job requires them to do things. And so what we do is we make to-do lists. To-do lists are, in this case, there's 1, 2, 3 to-do lists. There's Steve Schutt, there's Don Orlando, and every to-do list item is assigned to only one person. So to-do items are the most detailed items that need to be done in a project. Projects are, there's first the project, and then the next organization down are tasks, and after that each task is associated with to-do items. So this is the most detailed level. One of the cool items about tasks or anything else that's inside of Comindwork is that we can comment on any one of these to-do items. So we'll can add comments like, how do we do this? And we can notify different people by email if we'd like that we've added this particular to-do item, and we can submit a comment. So we've added a comment to this to-do item. After to-do items are done, say we're associated, we get done with them. Generally, we learn that there was another thing that we need to do, and so we can add another to-do item. And we can assign who's responsible. It might be you, the person writing it, might be somebody else. At the moment, we won't assign them to anybody. And so now, all these to-do items, when they are done, generally we'll finish up a task. So now we'll explore what tasks are. Tasks are the next big item. They are associated with the Gantt chart. Tasks are listed in this particular format. It's kind of like just make a listing of it. Tasks can be either submitted or closed. or completed. We can represent them in a graphical form in a Gantt chart shown here. And this is the same list, task list. Now they're indented to show the relationships. You can see that we have 40% completed on this particular item. And also, we can see our to-do list that we were just looking at before inside of this task item. So if we wanted to, we can look at our to-do list again, shown here. And and when items are completed, they'll be grayed out in the Gantt chart. You can see who's associated, who's assigned a task. So if we go back to our task list, the difference again between a task and a to-do item is that tasks usually involve many people, not just one person. So in this case, what we'll do is we'll edit this task. We will assign Don Orlando to this task, but there might be other people that need to be involved. We'll say Brett is involved. We'll also pick Steve, and then we'll describe what the task is. Right now, the title is Generate Schematic, but we can be more specific if we'd like. When we hit save, now it'll notify all those people by email that says email is sent. So we will receive an email shortly. But now we have a task edited. We've just edited a task. We can also, and then we can assign to-do items underneath that task. So Don is now associated or assigned that particular item. If he'd like, he can make a to-do list that he can share with other people. The next item that would probably be very useful to most people is the rail list. We're all fairly familiar with rail items. In Comindwork, they call rail items, actually they call them tickets. So in this case, as you can see, it's called ticket 1. Just a different terminology, but a ticket is an item of a rail list. So in this case, Don Orlando is the person assigned. We can see that this particular ticket is associated with a parent task, the task up here called Pneumatic Grip Controller. The ticket is submitted. Tickets can be either submitted or active, which means somebody's actively working on them at the moment, or after they are finished and resolved, they can be put into the resolve state, shown here by clicking that button. Again, everything has a conversation, which means that there's many different things that have been, comments have been made or changes have happened, and here they're all listed, a history of each one. You can see what the description of the particular task or this particular ticket item is. Tickets can be of questions, or they can be enhancements or defects. And another item that we'll need is low, medium, or high priorities. We can associate tickets also with milestones if we'd like, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Another powerful feature of you can say, wow, there's maybe a lot of things in here, and how do we keep track of whether it's a task or whether it's a rail item or a to-do list or a file? Pretty much everything inside of Comindwork has the ability to add a tag to it. And you can see over here we have something called Project Tag Cloud. And this particular item is it's been tagged with JTC, Pneumatic Grip, and TestWorks 412B. TestWorks 412B, Pneumatic Grip, and JTC. We can say, well, there's a bunch of things that we want at the next video conference, which is called the JTC meeting. You can click on it, and anything that's been tagged as JTC, in this case 3 different items, will show up on our screen. That way we can kind of just filter out very quickly the things that we believe are important for the next JTC meeting. The last item that is fairly important is something called milestones, which are basically tasks, generally not tasks, but to-do items that are very heavily tied to the calendar. So in this case, we can see that we have a JTC meeting on Wednesday. We'll click on that. In our JTC meeting, there's not a whole lot of a description of what that item is at the moment, but we do have an agenda. So we click on the agenda, you'll notice that we moved from milestones to wiki. We just clicked on a wiki link that we made earlier. Here's our first item of the agenda. There's a second item and a third item of the agenda. Let's say that while we're there, we're in the meeting, we want to take notes. We can simply click edit and we can take notes on the different agenda items. What's nice is it'll save them all within Comindwork, and so now we can change the title from agenda to notes, JTC notes, if we'd like to. Inside of the notes, we could probably put action items as we have, and later on, after the meeting, we can add, turn those action items into either rail items or to-do items or tasks as we see fit. So in conclusion, I hope that my guess is that we'll probably use the rail and the files item initially first, and that you'll find more use out of those. But the good forward-looking, proactive side of our projects should be via the tasks and the Gantt charts here. I hope that you log in and start looking around and see what this can potentially do for you. You'll probably see many more emails coming from Comindwork.